Financial Literacy for All by John Hall Bryant, and we're going to start off where we left off yesterday, page 13. So he used that money for his ideas, and he lost it, all of it. As a result, my brother could not go to college of his choice, and the remaining options for higher education were limited. If he wanted to go to college, he would have to go into the United States military, which offered him and others a 4-year college education in exchange for an enlistment in the U.S. Navy. The simple act of my father taking that $4,000 and doing as he liked when Donnie was 18 resulted in my brother spending not just 4 years or 6 years in the Navy, but his entire professional career of more than 20 years. He retired from the Navy with honors as an officer. Needless to say, he's super smart, then and now, and he went on to work for the U.S. military as a contractor. He married a beautiful woman from Hawaii and now lives in Hawaii with his family. All good, and Donnie would not wish it any other way. But from a financial freedom perspective, none of this was his choice. It was all pre-made for him at age 18, based on my dad's decision about that $4,000. While my brother has had and continues to have a great, very fulfilling life with a loving wife and family by his side, I can't help but wonder what would have happened had he been able to attend a college of his choice and to pursue a passion or profession of his liking. What direction would he have gone in professionally? Would he have been a school teacher, an engineer, a general manager, or a hotel manager, or a small business owner? We will never know. That decision was taken away from him. My mother decided to divorce my father after this $4,000 incident, along him with the resulting and interconnected domestic abuse fights between them. I guess she had enough. She wanted to make sure that her remaining 2 children at home, myself and my older sister Monty, could make whatever decisions we wanted to make for the rest of our lives. Decisions that she had been unable to make around her own self-determination growing up as a result of her parents, a man named OC. So mom struck out on her own, temporarily moving in with a girlfriend of hers and that girlfriend's man to make us feel more comfortable. She described them as my aunt and uncle or something. What I remember was a man named OC, who I now know was my mother's father's boyfriend. Unfortunately, I never got his full name. OC became everything to me pretty quickly. One day I fell backward while playing on the front porch and began to swallow my tongue and choke. QC cleared my throat and breathing passage, saving me from choking to death. I would have died. Right then and there on the front porch, and my story, my full life story, is known today, would have been over. That man cleared my blocked throat passage, saved my life, and instantly became a life hero. I would wait eagerly for him to come home from his job every day. But there were some things I did not know. Important things about his life that he had chosen to leave out of our shared story. They were about money and how he made his. Like my dad, QC's old pride led to a downfall. He didn't want to share with us that he didn't have enough money to go around, enough to take care of him and his girl. And now there are 3 visitors in their home. He decided to deal with all inside himself as a self-described head of household. What OC should have done was sit all of us down at the table one evening. He should have discussed how costs were going up in the house and by how much. He should have asked us to come up with a plan together about how he could make sure we were not a drain in the pain. He should have asked us to work with him to meet our shared obligations. If OC had asked, we should and would have worked it out. My mother was working, and she would have been happy to contribute to the family that had taken us in after her breakup with Dad. But this critical conversation and shared call to action never happened. Instead, OC decided he was going to solve these money problems all by himself by making some additional money on the side. His idea was to sell a little low-end drugs, marijuana. And that's how everything went wrong, horribly wrong. Of course, the first problem was that his new gig was illegal. The second problem was that some other folks in the neighborhood where he decided to set up shop had already claimed that corner. They didn't take kindly at all to his showing up, even part time, and so they sent a message. One day, I was waiting for OC to return home from work. At the end of the day, I was met with an image that I have never been able to get out of my head. It began with OC riding his bicycle home, as he had done every day. I knew him, getting closer to me with every pedal, as he rode down a residential street. As he got closer, and as I got more and more excited to see him, this man who literally saved my life also began to see a truck coming up fast behind him. The truck picked him up. Its pace at OC got closer to home. The final image in my mind, the one I cannot quite get out of my head to the very day, is the truck roaring his engine dramatically, almost right in the front of the house, hitting OC and literally dragging him and the bike under the truck and down the street until he was dead. So we're gonna stop right there. This was page 16 at the Financial Literacy for All by John Hope Bryant. So later tomorrow, that's where we're gonna start at. Enjoy your Wednesday. Keep thriving. The best is here. We global. Make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe, share, all that. We global.